Welcome back to the Phoenix Portal. My name is Raileigh. I'm an author, poet, speaker, and healer. Today's message, I'm speaking to someone who has had perhaps a long history of letting people take advantage of them. And now you're setting boundaries for yourself, and you're setting goals, and you're growing, you're building. So I want to congratulate you and thank you for being on this journey with me. And also just share some connection of who we are and why we're doing this and why we need to keep going, even when people come around and hate what you do. And again, I'm speaking on the 333 frequency, so I'm speaking to someone who is here for a reason. You're here to teach, and if you're a teacher, that means you got some lessons you're moving through. And again, as you listen, let me know who you are, where you're from, and how this message might be resonating with you. So I welcome you in the chat, and leave your comment after this message. Let me know if you're hearing me okay as well. And again, speaking to the divine teacher in here, whenever you're listening, your life is just lesson after lesson after lesson. And people don't really see that or know that about you. If you're in 333 energy, for someone who lets people take advantage of you, that means you're someone that people go to naturally. You draw people in. We are here. Hello. Hello, Roxy. Nice to see you. I think we've connected before. And happy you're still here with me, and I hope to share some positive energy and light for someone who's maybe it's getting a little bit rocky. When you rise, when you shine, people hate that. And so now we're shifting our energy at this time and affirming within ourselves, affirming with what we're doing, with the vision. Now it's coming out in the open. Now it's becoming very clear who you're defining who you are to be. You're acclaiming who you are in your own life. You've taken back all the ways you've been distracted by life and other people telling you who they think you are and what you should be, and you're saying, no, this is who I am, this is who I've always been. And so when you start speaking on these things, hey Gary, peace and light to the tribe. Yes, thank you for being here. Blessings. So as I was saying, the moment you start shining and coming out in the open with what you're doing and who you are, it's going to put into perspective some things for some people, and they're not going to like it. And I'm speaking to souls here who are just your helpful beings. You're always around. People come to you naturally. You're very easy to talk to. You're very approachable. You're very kind. And people see maybe beauty about you in that way. Like, a lot of people love you. But being in 333 energy is weird, because that same love that people have for you is hate and jealousy. I'm here to speak to the divine chosen ones in here, listening now and later, that when you walk in the vision, that hate sometimes gets very strong. And so I'm here to speak resilience upon us and love, to let you know that you're not alone. 333 energy. If you are the spiritual leader I've been speaking to for the past couple weeks and months now, that means you likely are alone on your journey, wherever you are. Wherever you are right now, there's no one else around you doing the exact same thing you're supposed to do. Not if you're living in soul. If you're living in soul, there's no one else like you on earth. Nobody. And so the more that you actualize that soul essence that you are, the more unique you become, the more people question you. They're going to challenge you. They're going to test you. They're going to make you feel like you should be ashamed of who you are, or something's wrong with you, or something's evil about you, while you're just trying to serve God this whole time. You've always been that way. And the more that you're serving the divine through your soul, the more you're shining again in this unique frequency that you are. And it takes courage, it takes boldness, because it might step on some toes here. When you say no to things, you're saying no to opportunities that other people dream of. You're saying no to people that other people would drool over. This is who you are. Your eyes are focused on the mission, what God is asking you to do. When I say God, I just mean divine love, the universe, source, great spirit. And so if you're in here, I want to thank you for being so devoted to the higher mission on your life. And I'm sorry. I want to share that I'm sorry if people have used you for your gift before you realized what your gift was. And let us have forgiveness for those moments when we've allowed that to happen. Most people go through that. But if you're in the 333 frequency, I promise people saw your gifts before you did and they took advantage of it. And I'm sorry that happened. But let's be glad it happened because it made you stronger. People perhaps wanted you to stay quiet your whole life, right? So they can use your body how they want to use it. The more quiet you are, the more people can control you. The more people can tell you who you are. And then you lose that soul essence, that beautiful shine that you have, because you're trying to keep the peace. But in this age where we're going now as a collective, peace is in the strength and the boldness of speaking onto yourself and to everyone else the truth of what love and peace and joy can look like. You're not here forcing this vision on anyone else, your vision. You're not forcing it upon anybody. You are here just to embody your natural self. And the more that you embody that natural self, the more people you will align with who respect you and see you, who see you for who you are. And yes, the trolls will come all the time. So it is your job, if you're listening now and later, to protect your soul energy. Don't let people take advantage of you. Your spiritual discernment is so important at this time. Speaking from someone who wants to trust in everyone, I want to see the divine light in every single person because I know it exists, even the darkest of people. And if you're on the 333 frequency, if you are a teacher, if you are a guide, darkness will come to you. That is your job, is to serve, and that means you have an open mind to who you're serving. That means you must protect yourself on this path, right? And so I want to honor you if you're on this path with me about your service to humanity and to some people. There's entities and demons out here that people carry and they don't know they're carrying it, and that's why they come to you and they don't know why they're coming to you. And do you know that's why horrible things happen? People become so lost from their soul, so disembodied from the divine light within themselves. They're not even present. They're not there. But the soul is seeking it, so it becomes attracted to light. And that's actually why we see rape and murder of people who don't deserve it. This sacred soul within it is just attracted to light, and it doesn't know what it's doing because it has become disembodied from too many choices that are not in alignment with the soul mission and soul purpose, and not with the divine. And that's a scary path that everyone can go down. We have a choice every single day to be embodied, to be authentic, to make choices that are good and that are ultimately going to serve other people in divine light. So your choices matter. And who you choose to have access to you and how they have access to you matters even more. And I'm not saying to be afraid on this journey. There's nothing to truly be afraid of. And you know this. That's why you show up. That's why you're doing what you're doing right now with so much courage, right? And people know that. The more you show up with a smile on your face, with love in your heart and peace, despite what's happening around you, the more those entities, people who are meaning to cause harm, they do not want to touch you. They really don't. Because something clearly has been protecting you on your journey up until this point for you to be who you are now. For you to have succeeded and lived through what you have until this point, and that is the 333 energy. You walk right into the fire. You literally shake hands with demons. Some of you have slept with demons. Some of you have done business with demons. And you will continue by what you choose to serve. What entities are you targeting at this time to release from other people? You are a healer. If you're on this journey with me, 333 divine frequency. You're a divine healer, you are a teacher. So deep breaths here. Thank you for being on this journey. 333 when this dream came up. Sweet. So, how do we set boundaries? How do we, without shame, walk in the path of who we are? And I'm telling you, along this journey, people have so many stories and perceptions about you in their head. And only you know when this vision began. For me, my vision began a long time ago. Before I had a business mentor, before I hired any coach, I already knew where I was going. I already knew the language of it, the soul of it. I already saw all the people I'd be serving in this life and how I was going to do it. I already saw the people who would be teaching me on the way there. And sometimes, consciously, our human ignores that, right? We don't truly believe yet that the fulfillment of the divine vision on our heart and our soul, that dream, can truly happen. But you've seen it. You see it for a long time before you actually start living it. Because of fear, because of blocks, because of disbelief, insecurities. And so people attract to you because they know that vision is within you and they awaken you, whether they are an enemy or a friend. And that is the path of the divine teacher, the spiritual guide, the divine creator, the business owner. And yes, I've been talking about business a lot. Because this is also how the spiritual entrepreneur, the spiritual person, the person who is genuinely here to raise the vibration of the planet Earth towards more peace and sustainability, you should also be considering at this time, and that's all I've been sharing, to consider owning your own business, or at least moving forward in business, however you're doing it, with more Earth consciousness. And so we're grounding, the spiritual people right now, we're grounding all the beautiful divine inspiration flowing through our brain, the language, right, the beautiful language, the art, grounding it into practical tools and strategies that are applicable, sorry, I can't speak today, to people who need it, who are not in Earth consciousness yet. They don't care about sustainability. They don't care about the Earth. They just care about making money. And so it is important that the people who actually care about thriving in a way that is in harmony with all life, about being a good person, about embodying the divine mission, it is also our responsibility to be in the places and the industries and the companies that are not quite there yet, and that is where the leadership comes up. And so I've been speaking to business owners or entrepreneurs thinking about business. This is how you protect yourself on the path. This is how you sustain the path. 333 frequency. Speaking to somebody. The moment you make this decision, or if you're already in business and you start becoming a little bit more spiritual, you start testing the waters, or maybe you'll be the first business owner in your family. Maybe you don't have any business experience at all and you're just starting. Ariana says, I'm ready. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. But the moment you make the decision, wherever you are in your journey, people are going to test it. They're going to question it. But you need to. You need to make this choice. It's going to, again, sustain your path to keep serving people. Even someone who's listening who has the most purest heart intention ever of running an orphanage or a shelter for homeless people at this time, because homelessness is a huge problem in America. Healing drug addiction. How do you think those centers are run? From money, from relationships with investors. And so you have to have the communication skills, the business skills to be able to negotiate and navigate that world. And so that's where we're going. A lot of you who are listening might already be in that world. It is your responsibility then to teach people and take people with you. To connect with people who spiritually you are soul family with. Soul family being beyond who we've been born into this life with. Soul family being the people who are walking your journey with you. They have a very similar soul path as you. And so you rise together. When you rise together, it doesn't become a one-man mission anymore. You become a team. You become a force. You become an army who gets things done. Three, 3. So, making this choice. Being a spiritual entrepreneur in business, I'm not always going to talk about business. I'm going to talk about love soon, because I know a lot of you, that's the true deepest desire in your heart, and a lot of you watch me because that's what you want. Maybe you see that potential in me and then you realize that's not what I'm here for. But I still love you as a brother for all the people, or sisters. But we'll talk about love next, but for now, as we finish the first month of 2025, talking about business. If you're on this path, if you're spiritual, people are going to question you. If you're spiritual, that means there's a love you radiate, which means you care about your body, you care about how you're eating, you care about taking care of yourself. And the more that you commit to that, the more you shine, the more beautiful you are. And then people might be so superficial on this path and say, oh, you're only getting what you're getting, you're only doing what you're doing because it's easy for you. 333 energy, it's never been easy for you. It just looks that way. That's who you are. You just go through the fire and you turn up more amazing than before. But in the process that other people didn't see, you were so broken just like everybody else. And so you are the walking testimony of what can happen when you choose to overcome, when you choose to stay disciplined to the path and to the vision, and you don't let your soul become sold to the paradigms that are not earth conscious. And I'll take questions soon, but I'm making sure I'm getting the message out that the divine is asking me to get out now. People are going to question your character on this journey. It is your responsibility to make sure that you are transparent, that you are honest, that you are genuine as you build business. And that is all you're trying to do as a spiritual entrepreneur. Trying to create more authenticity, to open the door to spirituality. Not in a way that's, again, forcing people to think like you, but just to share in the bask in the vibration and the energy of what peace is. No one can argue about peace. You know peace. Everyone recognizes peace. It's just pure presence. There's no competition. There's no worry. There's no fight. That is unity consciousness. And to me, that is how I define spirituality. It's the exploration, the journey of exploring who we are in the eyes of the divine and then embodying that more and more every day until the day we die. That is our joy. That is our greatest research. And so let people question your character, but do not let them take advantage of you. So it is your responsibility, it is our responsibility to be clear with our boundaries. What do you need right now? Like, truly ask yourself and be okay with the asking. What do you need right now to sustain your vision? If you have a need, it is a holy need, it is a holy desire, and that provision will come to you. But let's be honest about what you need. And a lot of you, for most of us, for all of us, it is money. So let us shift the vibration, the thoughts, and the judgments truly of what people think about spiritual entrepreneurship. Every business owner, every major celebrity you've ever admired in your life, they're spiritual. If you watch podcasts and interviews by your most favorite celebrities or politicians, they talk about God and what God means to them. A lot of them say, God took me here. And so the beginning spiritual entrepreneur starts charging for their Reiki services, for their healing services, and then get ashamed of asking. Or people want to shame them. There's no shame in receiving what you need to receive to continue serving the divine. And it will come. The people who truly honor and respect and need your work, they will see that. And your work is needed. Your vision is a need for other people. You are a blessing and a prayer for somebody else. Trust that. You wouldn't receive divine vision. This vision you have that you think about every single day, this could be you. You should be doing this. It's true. Where else would it come from? I'm not talking about vision of more money or a hotter girlfriend or boyfriend. I'm talking about divine love. That's it. Okay. Thank you for listening so far. If you have any questions in the chat, I'm going to start reading them now. Someone asked, as a music artist, what could business look like? Just providing music as a product? I actually have a partner with Conscious Lifestyle Coaching who specifically coaches people like you who are aspiring musicians. His name is, I'm sorry, I'm nervous because I'm online. What's his name? Jesse. His name is Jesse, but he's on my website and you can check him out and reach out to him. But as a music artist, you are a healer, you are a community gatherer. That is the gift that you have. Any artist, any poet, any musician, your special gift in life truly is to bring people together. And you spiritually teach through the art. That is what you're doing. You're bringing people together in love, in motivation, and empowerment. And so this is what I would tell my friends when I've been trying to tell them who are musicians of. You are also a coach. You are also a coach. You are also a consultant to people who are maybe not artistically inclined. They might be in more rigid clinical positions, but they need you. They need you so much to continue being in their joy and their happiness, even though what they are doing is their mission, is to not be creative. But they need that outlet, and so you are a resource for people. Whether that's creating and selling instruments, hosting events that are not always music motive, they're music writing, music creating, music teaching how to play an instrument. Creating music programs for schools, for hospitals, for nursing homes. Writing a book about why a particular instrument or a genre is shifting the consciousness of humanity. There's so many things you could do. And so yes, you can build a life and a career around your love for music and what you're creating. My fiance, for example, is a master guitarist. No one ever know. And I've had the pleasure of listening to him. He's amazing, phenomenal. And so what we're going to do is host outdoor events for people to come and hear some of my book readings, and we'll be around a fire and we'll be playing music for people just to sink into the presence of nature and not feel afraid. So that's coming up. So these are just some ideas. Gary says his words are for unity and awareness of the law of real teachings that religion was made to diminish. And I don't demonize religion. Religion has been a very important part of my journey. But again, 333 energy, so I'm in and out. And all those communities where I met them in religion, in the church, are still very much my friends and my mentors. But I want to say that yes, we as spiritual guides are a sense of safety and a light outside of the church, because sometimes people are called to leave the church. It is scary to leave all your friends and all the guidance and everything you've ever known to set off into the world, and then there's people like you who are open-minded and accepting and can provide a sense of guidance to find the safety within, to not rely on pastors outside of ourselves, to recognize you are a spiritual guide for someone else too. That is the study of wisdom. So that's amazing. We need more unity, consciousness. So many of you are being called in that way. Thank you, Emmanuel. Peace, Tiffany. No more being taken advantage of. Yes, you deserve to be valued. Absolutely. Don't let the ego in the mind, when you stop letting people take advantage of you and you set your boundaries and you start walking alone, don't let the mind tell you something's wrong with you. You're walking in your holiness. You're walking in your self-respect in those moments. You're walking in peace. When your phone is silent, when no one's hitting you up anymore, no one's commenting, but they're watching you and they can't touch you. That's beautiful. Nobody should have that kind of access to you that makes you feel unworthy, unsafe. Nobody. If you are in that situation now, consider leaving. consider seeking support to leave that situation. If you're working so hard, you're literally sick. You're not in your divine energy. You're not fully in your soul purpose. But there's a higher guidance happening to let you see that, and that's why you're there, and that's okay too. 333 energy, that's what we do. We push so hard in the wrong direction just to get slingshot right back. And that's who we are. That's how we learn the wisdom. That's what makes us teachers, because we've been through so many experiences, very dark experiences, so we can understand the people who are in darkness and say, I've been there. I know what that's like. Let's walk out of it. Yes, consider hosting events. And have a sacred intention behind the event you host. Consider places in the community or your society where they really need people to come together, where there's a lot of division happening, there's a lot of hopelessness. Those are the places that really need you. And that's why when we talk about business, genuine business, you don't go into the places where people need you asking for a lot of money. You don't have to. You can help a lot of people for very little and still be abundant, just enough to keep going. And every now and then there's that one person, one investor who makes up for all the time you've given freely. And that's God. You have to trust in that on this path. We're not here to rob people. We're here to empower people. But yes, we deserve to receive and to be safe. The sacred gatherings I'll be hosting, those will be starting in the Western North Carolina area, Tennessee area, and then maybe I'll be moving around. I'm happy to receive invitations to go elsewhere in the summertime. Yes. 333 energy, there were ancient shamans in your lineage. Just accept it, receive it. They chose you. You're going to have to be the black sheep. You're going to have to be the weirdo out here and start this thing and to live your truth. They chose you. They're with you right now. Gonna have to do it. It will give you much more fulfillment. Dai says their intuition is guiding them to close their business down. Is freeing. Yeah, that happens too. What is going to be born in the ashes of that business? Let us know. It's exciting. That happened after 2020, and a lot of people faced their own mortality. A lot of people who've been on the path and a lot of success running and operating businesses, they quit. And that's when I was guided also to start conscious lifestyle coaching, to be a support system for those people who are truly ready to live in alignment with source, with love, because life is too short, because we need to do better, because in a flash of a second everything can change. Our health is gone, people we care about get sick. Life is too short. Letting go what needs to let go. Yes, now's the time. Now's the time. And I'm with you here. It's hard to look at the places where people are hurting us, but we're allowing it. And it's helped them. We've given energy. I understand if you're giving energy to people. But now it's time to look at how you give and what you've been giving. Recognizing the spiritual medicine in that giving. And that spiritual medicine is needed, and you can package it and you can build upon it. Something that's going to sustain your life and protect you. And protect other people and guide other people and bless other people. But at no point on this journey should we be sacrificing our health to the extent we are mentally not okay. We're considering taking our life. We're facing death. But again, 333 energy, I can't stop you. We're gonna do it. I do it all the time. I go so hard for people. And that's what people love about you, about us. We go so hard. We give so much. And the moment you set one tiny little boundary, people get mad. They expect you, because if you're in the divine light and your soul path and you're shining, why should you need anything? And people don't think about what it has taken for you to get where you are. And again, it is not on us to judge them or to shame people for being in that place. You're here to continue walking and teaching about how to get out of the darkness. If you're on the business path, if you're a spiritual entrepreneur, we provide free guidance every single day. We provide plenty of opportunities for people to be helped by you. And so the few services that you ask for that are pretty pricey, accept it. Receive it when it comes. Allow people to decide where they are in their journey, what is needed for them, but what is needed for you too. Honor that. You're allowed to honor that. So for listening, let me know who you are. Say hello. And of course, the Medicine Garden is a group coaching call on Tuesdays. Every week it's different. It's different energy. Sometimes I speak a lot, other times I don't speak at all. People just need to share, and they're speaking, and it's a prayer for somebody. And I can never stop them, but sometimes I have to, because my boundary is I have an hour. And there's a lot of people I want to help. And I have clients I need to serve, and a family to take care of. So be clear, what is it you need? Hello, my friend. I pray you're doing well and you're staying warm. Ooh, 7 planets are aligning right now. Yeah. 777. Time to build. Good. Alright, y'all. I don't know what else to say. Don't let people take advantage of you. You're allowed to create services that people pay for. It's our responsibility to make sure that your services are received in a way that people understand, no matter where they are in their journey. And so there's strategies to this. None of it I came up with it on my own. My own mentors, my own guides, my own friends who are on this path with me. So here's my next affirmation for you all if you're on this journey with me. As you rise as a business owner, as a spiritual teacher, that people around you that you consider friends must also be on that journey with you. It's your responsibility to make sure they have the opportunity to rise with you, and if they actively and consciously choose not to, you have to question how much time you're spending and devoting and pouring into that relationship. Because then again, I'm speaking to the people who just give and give and give and give. We give until we're so weak we can't do anymore. Then we end up broken and asking God for help. And it's this cycle that we're breaking. Stop breaking yourself down so much. How many more lessons do you need in that same sphere? That's ending now. So if you're becoming a spiritual entrepreneur, your friends should be becoming a spiritual entrepreneur. That way you're not surprised and not hurt that when you reach out to someone on the internet and they don't want to just be your friend and give to you freely, you shouldn't be surprised, because you understand this person is sharing their gift, but also taking care of themselves, just as you are, as your friends should be as well. Walking into the dimension where your friends are on this journey too. So they understand your boundaries when you disappear and you're creating a book. Or if you offer your services to your friends that they would have to pay for, then there's nothing wrong with it, because they have a business too that you also pay for. And then we create this beautiful economy with like-minded individuals. We build a community. And it's this sense of conscious community and sustainability that radiates from a model that you've built. Not everyone has to live like us or like you, but people need to see it's possible. I love visiting intentional communities. It's one of my favorite things to do, and to volunteer or work there. And it's its own little bubble of culture. But to see people taking care of each other and living in connection with the earth. And sometimes people have weird cultures, right? Doesn't mean it's wrong. And I think we're going to see more of that. Like true community living happening even in the most capitalistic, greed-centered, individualistic societies. And so, are you willing also to invest in other people? If you are, that is the perfect vibration for people to invest in you. And so you recognize people are not out here to manipulate you if they have a business, just as you're not, because you're on the same path. It's the same journey. I'm glad you guys are speaking to each other. I have a WhatsApp group that is very silent right now, and I would love for y'all to join it. From the Medicine Garden. Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And of course, you can write to me anytime. I write back to everybody. Let me know if I could be of service to you on your path. I'm also seeking partners for conscious lifestyle coaching, people I share clients to. As I mentioned, Jessie earlier, who's a spiritual entrepreneur who's also an audio producer and a life coach for people who are interested in the path of music and what that industry is going to ask from you. He's a guide for that. His name is Jesse Roberts, Cricket Audio. He's a partner with Conscious Lifestyle Coaching, so I trust to send people to him. So I'm trying to build a resource network of other people. So if that's you, please reach out to me. If you're on this path, you're allowed to put people through the journey that you've been through. That is how you test if you are in alignment. Building trust is super important. Allowing people an opportunity to be trustworthy, but not being surprised when people betray us, because that's what people do. So what do you need at this time that if someone were to betray you or to change their mind about you, what do you need right now to still be okay? Professionally, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, in your relationships, in business. Make that super clear. After you watch this, like, journal. What are your professional boundaries? What are your relationship boundaries? And do not allow anyone to cross it. Good night, Gary. Good luck to you in your move. Y'all are so cute talking about hugs. Donations. I like it. So any final thoughts, questions? 333 energy, that is my soul number. I see it everywhere all the time. I'm always going through something all the time, y'all. I'm trying to become more vulnerable and transparent about what I go through, but I'm sure you have a feeling because we're here for a reason, and we're all here on the frequency meeting here, and you're still listening for a reason, because we're traveling through very similar things, and we each have different tools of how to cope with it and to move through it. Peace and love to you. Thank you for listening. If you're like me, it's okay to be kind and strong. It's okay to be kind and strong. Strong meaning, you know what you need, girlfriend. You know what you need, my brother. What do you need to sustain your soul vision? Receive it. Allow yourself to receive it, but you will not receive it if you keep blocking it. Keep allowing people to take advantage of you and manipulate you. And it's just funny, because the more you walk in the authenticity and you shine again, people are going to judge you, they're going to demonize you. That is the path of the soul teacher. People will never fully understand you. They're not supposed to. You don't even understand yourself. You're just trying to understand yourself. And that's why you gain the wisdom, and then you share the wisdom. Share your story. Share your story. Okay, now that we're 40 minutes in, I can tell y'all something about why I left the executive industry, outdoor industry as an executive. I left it because my mentor saw my light in me and what I could do, and then I was very gifted. Oh, can you still hear me with the heater on? Let me know before I continue the story of why I started my own business. Okay, can you hear me? Alright, people didn't know that even as I was rising in my work, becoming PR managers, just being given positions too quickly, honestly, as a professional, that I was on the vision building a business before they even gave me opportunities or believed in me or mentored me ever since before I left college. And so when I'm walking in these spaces as a young entrepreneur, a young executive, and I walk into places and people judge me immediately because I'm too young or too beautiful, and all they think really I'm good for is being a smiling face and modeling, I wanted more respect. That's natural. And so as I was working full-time, 60 hours a week, I was still building what God told me to build, even though I had the most amazing opportunities, and I loved what I was doing. I loved who I was working with. I'm 27, and I became a professional executive at 24, 25. Being put in position to handle very high-level contracts and relationships. I'd still go in these places and not be taken seriously, so I had no choice, because I had a vision in my heart and my soul of building conscious lifestyle coaching. So even working 60, 80 hours a week, I was in training programs for public relations management, professional writing, investing thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars in publishing these books, writing these books, being single, being celibate, not talking to anybody, living a very hermit lifestyle, and still building. Because I wanted the respect. I wanted people to take me serious. Being on the 333 frequency, you're often very brilliant. There's something that your soul has mastered. You're just really good at it. But being a young entrepreneur, people think that just because I'm young or because I'm beautiful, I get opportunities. And I didn't want anyone to ever have that over me. And so I kept building conscious lifestyle coaching and published books. And eventually I walked away from working with that company. But I was never an employee of that company. There's never any benefits. I was helping people build their businesses without really receiving anything. Getting paid well, but at the end of it, I'm building the vision of someone else. And that was my greatest joy. It's my greatest gift. Empowering people, believing in people, praying for people, being that loyal companion every second of the way. But I can't let one person or one company or one organization trap me in my gift in that space. It's not where God wants me. It wasn't it. And then people will take advantage, and when I can't give any more because I'm broken down, because I've given you everything I got and I can't give you any more. And then you walk away. And then God was waiting for you just to let go, to be in peace with who you are, and to realize you don't have to work so hard to earn something. And so I don't desire to earn the respect from other people anymore, or to prove myself or work so hard. I get ulcers and migraines every day. Too young. I've been building something for a very long time, since 2018 to be exact. I've been building conscious lifestyle coaching since 2018. That's how long it takes. And it wasn't until 2021 conscious lifestyle coaching became a business. And then I said, wait, I'm working for all these people, but I'm still an independent person. I'm still filing my taxes as self-employed, as an independent contractor. You're my client. Oh, and I can help other people, because this is my joy, this is my love. Empowering visionaries, change makers, and entrepreneurs. It's always been who I am. Ever since I was a little girl, when I was little, I remember I made bracelets and these little crochet flower bouquets, and I would put glitter and perfume on it. I was always an entrepreneur. But I was always a weird, quiet girl. I didn't want to disturb the peace. I just want peace for everybody, and I still do that. But I want to see people build community and families and businesses, legit businesses, with still peace and health in their mind and in their body. And so the ego of other people wants to tell me I've lost opportunities or something's wrong with me. It's not. We know on this path where God wants us to be and who we are. And sometimes we just forget. We get caught up chasing something, another person's vision. So what are your boundaries in this time? You should not be suffering in your mind or in your body, working for someone else or somewhere else. And I get it, we take care of our family. I don't have kids yet, but I will soon. But I've been very intentional. Long before being a serious relationship or wanting kids, long before I said I want to have my business so I can actually be at home with my children and give them the emotional care they need, and not just what they need on their body or in their stomach. I want to grow a farm and garden for my family, in my community. I want to share free food with people who are homeless and suffering. How do I get there? How do I build it? And I started building it in 2018. I love where my little traveling has taken me, and the people who have invested in me, and all the people I've worked with who are very professional and doing bigger things than I am. I'm grateful for them, for what they saw in me, and I pray they understand why I couldn't stay. The path of the 333 person. You never stay too long in a friendship group or a job. If that's you, if you keep hopping job to job because you're a spiritual entrepreneur, because God's using you, and you go where God uses you. Thank you for listening to my story. Thank you, Stephen. There's more to share, and I'll keep sharing more as I come on live about who I really am behind the scenes, but you can read about it in the books. Phoenix Medicines is about my journey being an executive in a wilderness therapy guide with troubled kids. I took kids through the backcountry for about 8 months through hail, thunderstorms, flooding, tornadoes. Children with really severe problems and disorders, schizophrenia, drug addiction, rape. And I didn't talk about anyone personally, but just the conscious journey of being in the fire and the worst types of things, and why we were birthed and spawned on this planet. And we're just trying to understand it and to heal it, and we move through these relationships in our jobs, trying to heal our inner child. And that inner child journey taking you somewhere. And that's the story of Phoenix Medicine. It's just honestly, it's little bits and pieces of my journaling to myself that ended up being a stack this big. I looked at in my bookcase and I realized I wrote a book. And then I self-published through Lulu. And then I kept annoying the actual publisher, Otter Pine, who gave me the opportunity to actually be professionally published and recreate the whole design of the book, and it's just gorgeous, and helping me behind the scenes with things I would never know. Women Connected in Wisdom. That's a story about a relationship I had with a man. I'm not married. Not married. It was very quick, but sparked within each other our divine purpose and soul mission, and I pray he's doing well, and hope he forgives me for writing that. But yeah, it was a man I ended 3-year celibacy with, and sparked within me back to purpose. Go back to waiting for your husband, right? And I hated myself for it. I didn't hate him, but it was wrong. But it wasn't. Because ultimately it was that book and that relationship that sparked me into becoming a best-selling author. So we use the ways our heart is broken, the way we have to heal, and the ways we've suffered, and we turn it into magic and healing and a prayer for someone else. Right? Thank you for being on this journey. I hope you can still hear me okay. The heat is on. It's super cold. I live in the mountains. I'm sharing all this just to let you know I'm a real person. There's nothing about my life that is perfect. I struggle very deeply. I've been through horrible things that I'm still acknowledging and accepting and revealing to you, because it reveals people, and I don't want to put people's life on the line like that. But listen, we all have trauma. We're all a victim to something, and at the hands of people, at the hands of so many people who are supposed to love us and care for us, but they're still people. And in a way, they do love us and do care for us, but everybody, even ourselves, carry demons. It's an energy. It's just an energy. And it can leave someone just as quickly as it entered. Some people choose to never change. But instead of hating on the people who've hurt me, disappointed me, instead of hating them, I've chosen love and inspiration to model the life. Model the life of what it looks like to know God, believe in God, love God, trust God, to work for God. God as in divine love. So I don't hate anyone on my journey. I don't hate any negative comment. I don't hate any hater. Even the sick people who are gross on here, right? I just wanna... People are sick on the internet, let me just tell you that. And I have to deal with that every day. It's part of the journey. If you're a business owner, you have to deal with people trying to steal from you. If you're a woman and you're a public figure, men chasing after you, not even acknowledging at all that you're a business owner or a professional. They just want to have sex with you. That's never going to go away. But you just learn how to navigate this world, how to protect yourself, how to set stronger boundaries, and let people hate you, honestly. Let them hate. Hey, Blue Rags, your energy be wild and not here. Thank you. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being on this journey. I'll stay for another 7 minutes. I want to make it to an hour with you guys. Love and forgiveness, we have to. What is... Yeah, sometimes I talk about the Bible, but yeah. Jesus says they know not what they do. They don't. They're not conscious. That's why I birthed conscious lifestyle coaching, because people did things to me that they weren't conscious of. I don't even know if they'll ever remember it or know they did it. I don't think they can, unfortunately. But what I can do with conscious lifestyle coaching is reach the people who've not quite given their consciousness away or their soul away. They haven't quite done it. Their soul is seeking help, and I'm here to be that help. That's on the dark side of this. Not all of you are, in that point in your journey, but just be open to that's what's going to happen. As a spiritual entrepreneur, when you're the light in the darkness, be ready to be the light in the darkness. For real, for real. Yes, Psalm 92. Yes, we are not religious, we are the religion. People comment a lot, are you religious? I say, I am not a religion. But like what you say, maybe I am a religion. But no. Not in the way of like I want people to follow me and be weird like that, but just I discover the presence of God as in the home within me of the I am. I believe in the I am consciousness. That's what Christ teaches us. I believe in Christ consciousness. Purposely, Jesus tells me, don't always say my name when people ask you, even if they put pressure on you. So I speak to Jesus. I pray to Jesus all the time. But I'm not here preaching the word of Jesus all the time because I believe what Jesus was here to teach us, 333 energy, divine master energy. It's awakened consciousness, recognizing we are spiritual beings having a human experience. It's that simple. Are you willing to walk through the fire though? Like Jesus did. Sorry to keep talking, People won't even know I love Jesus until they really get to know me. That's the fun part. So I let people demonize me. I've been called a demon. If you're on the path with me, spiritual entrepreneurship, people will demonize you. People will hate you. People will want you dead. Death threats. Can't touch you. If you're aware of it, if you're with me now in this consciousness as we hold it and look at it, there is a force field being created in this moment of divine protection. It is the light of awareness that is the shield. It is your faith that is the shield. And as we speak to one another, as we connect right now, that shield, that faith only becomes stronger as we recognize we're not alone. No demon on earth wants to touch a chosen one who radiates that energy, because they never know what's behind them or who is with them or what will happen. A legion of angels will come down. And it's true. You're surrounded by angels on this path. And it becomes more a part of your awareness the more you accept who you are. Yes, seen death already. Walk past it, not my time. Amen. Amen. Oh yeah. On the 333 frequency, if you're a divine spiritual teacher, people try to kill you all the time. You've almost lost your life. It's like nothing. You're just like, yep, skirt on out of there. I get it. I don't know how I'm alive still. How are we still here? We should be dead. But we're not, because the divine purpose isn't done yet. You're not done yet. You just got started from this moment on moving forward. So much more to come. Thank you for keeping the energy tight in here and loving in here. We almost had some haters and weird people, but you just ignore them. Just ignore them. It's okay to be weird though. Not shaming weirdness. If you're listening, you're the weird person. Anyway, just sharing some final thoughts of love and empowerment for you all to keep going, to keep speaking your truth, being vulnerable, being open, because as people know who you are, because again, you're showing people who you really are this time. You're telling people who you really are this time. That's more people to witness who you are, and that's more people who are praying for your success. Protection is real. So thank you for listening. Please email me, reach out to me, see if I could be of support to you on your journey. Again, I am a life coach. I'm also a professional copywriter, help with marketing campaigns, public relations development. If you're already on the path of business, if not, if you just need some clarity, have a call with me. Drop-in calls are $60 until February 1st. Check out the books. Let me know how I can help you, seriously. Thank you. Receive the love. Thank you for empowering me to keep showing up on here. And I pray for all of you. Until next time. Peace and love. Thanks for listening. You have a beautiful weekend as well. Thank you.